I definitely like want to make sure that I'm getting the crowd hype. Like
Yeah.
I need to jump around. Like one time I wore platform heeled boots. I'll never do that again. Because I want to jump. Like I want to go and get everyone hype. I wish everyone could be jumping up and down like how like 2012, seeing like Dot LA for the first time. Everybody was
Yeah.
like jumping up and down, and I want to get back to that place where we can all just like rave and rave.
Hey, what's good, my friends? Thanks so much for checking out the Open Decks podcast. This week, I sat down with our good friend, Regina. You just heard a preview of our conversation there. She's been putting out her own music since September of last year and has been performing on some of the top stages in Washington, D.C., from Soundcheck to 12 After 12 to Azure Day Parties, Splashy, Flash Rooftop, and many more, of course. She's been a great friend of the RPG Collective, having performed at our Day of the Dead party last year in Ashburn and our holiday charity event in December last year at Music Box in Falls Church. If you've been to any of her events, you know that her energy is unmatched and the music is always tight and on point. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy this conversation. So, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Rainy weather we're having here in Reston. It's wild because every day this week it's supposed to rain, and I don't understand why. Like, what's going on with the weather these
Is
days?
this going to? Are you back on another rooftop this weekend? You have another rooftop party?
I'm at Ship Garden in Tyson's.
So outside, but not on the rooftop.
Yeah, it's out. Well, they'll cover it,
Yeah,
so it will be covered, which is nice. And so if it does rain, we can still like do our thing. But yeah,
who else is on that lineup with you?
it was just me on Friday night. Just me. You want
Are
to
you
come?
there? Are you there? Like, are you a resident there? Or are you
Yeah, every month I play at Ship Garden.
awesome?
Yeah, once a month I'm there, and then twice a month I'm at Kyojin in DC. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I got two residencies going on. It's exciting.
that's awesome. So Kyojin is like their so Yumi, the company, is
Mhm.
like this little sushi joint right around the corner from my house.
Yeah,
Yeah, like they're like you probably know because it's a bigger joint than the one over here in Falls Church or whatever. But their their sushi is like the best.
it's the
Sorry.
best I've ever had. Like, yeah, out of any sushi restaurant I've ever had, like I crave their rolls. Like, what do you get from there? Do you know?
So they've got the Yumi roll and then just kind of explore the rest of the menu, right? Like they because it's all like it's creative, right? It's not just I mean you can get the California roll, but even the California roll is going to be like an elevated like
Yeah.
real California roll. And they've got one that's like the instead of rice they have like the cucumber with like they've got like a Mexican roll and a jalapeno roll and like different flavors like fusion. It's just they're just really creative and it's all so good.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I go there, I get this one. It's called the Crazy Monkey Roll or the Jeff Roll. So
The
good.
Jeff roll, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's named after the owner. So
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's the one. That's the one I was trying to think of. Yeah, yeah.
that one's so good.
That's awesome. How long have you been doing that? You've been there for a while now, right? Doing
Yeah,
Fridays.
since October.
Yeah,
So it's coming up on a year, and I really like it. And so like that gig is more of like, I wouldn't say minimal, but like I just have to play a little bit more vibey
yeah,
type tech house. And so also everything there I play has to have a vocal in it and like things that people can like kind of sing along to. And it's EDM for sure, but like um these days I definitely want to go into more of like the electro techno side
yeah,
of tech house, so like not too much minimal, but there I find myself playing a little bit more like vibey, minimal, a little bit of like Cream, and I guess who else do I play? Um, you know, I can't like remember at this point in time of like my last set list there, but sometimes I throw in a little disco house too
yeah.
over there.
Do
Just
they
depends.
give you what's that?
It just depends on the crowd there because it's just when I walk in there every time it's a different crowd. Like there could be, a 21st birthday party, but then there also could be like, some like an older crowd of people also
Yeah,
at that spot. And I just don't know what I'm going to get when I walk in there. And then there's definitely people that are like, oh, wow, there's a DJ here.
yeah.
they don't know that there's a DJ there because it's just a restaurant, and then it turns into like a lounge at night. So yeah, it's
Do
fun.
they give you like direction from like where they want you to go musically, or do you just kind of they? I'm sure at this point they probably trust you to just read the crowd and read the room and figure it out for yourself. But I'm wondering if they have like I know there's places that are like it's Afro house only or it's vocal only or like and you're like, come on man, like let me try something.
Yeah, no, it's vocal only there, so like
Yeah,
everything has to have a vocal in it. I don't play any Afro house. I try not to. Just because like I don't really want to like be known for that, so I don't play Afro house. And I think right now, sticking to more like tech house and like the more the techno side. So what they asked me to do is just make sure everything has a vocal in it. So like if I'm looking at some of my sets, I think one time I did like a whole disco set and I threw in like
yeah,
Duke Dumont in there.
yeah,
Yeah, who else did I throw in there? Like some Mark Knight and some
yeah.
like
Of course,
James Hurd.
it's so there. You're playing a lot of vocal there,
Mhm.
but it sounds like I appreciate at a place like that. I appreciate getting the direction because sometimes you can go in, especially like you're playing some bigger venues, bigger stages with a lot of dancing, and when you're doing a place that's kind of turning over dinner to late night, dancing isn't the immediate goal at 8 p.m. a lot of times, and so it's nice to have like a little like a lane. I think it's nice to have kind of a lane to stay in until like they're like, okay, now you can open it up. Do they like? Do you guys do any like dancing at the end of the night, or does it just kind of stay dinner, drinks, and vibes, and not a lot of dancing?
Yeah, dinner, drinks, and vibes. I think in general, I'm trying to get people to dance like towards like that 11 o'clock pop. And if like people are like vibing and dancing, it's definitely a different space because like um I wouldn't say that there's a dance floor. So people are just kind of like lounging and sitting down and drinking. So I try to get people to dance, but it's really hard because like the space is just a little different. Like have you been there?
I have not yet. It's in Georgetown, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's really like the DJ booth faces some of the tables, and like when you go in there it's really hard to like find out where the DJ booth is, but they're remodeling it. So hopefully the DJ booth will be in a different spot, and yeah, more to come there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I would love to check it out. I didn't realize that it was the same group that's right around the corner here until very recently, and I was like, oh, that makes sense, right? Like, but that because this one in the neighborhood is very small, and I've asked, maybe a year or two ago, like, hey, you guys ever have DJs? And I looked around, I'm like, there's nowhere to put a DJ in here, like
Yeah, it's so
nowhere.
small. The one
But
in Georgetown's a little bigger,
the,
but you'll know when you go in there. You're like,
yeah,
yeah.
it would have to be, or you'd have to be like on a perch or something because it's like this one's small. But those are fun gigs though. Like those, I've gotten a few of those this year, and I like the flexibility, especially when if you're playing like what probably 3 or 4 hours, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like if you get onto like a big stage for an hour or two, even a 2 hour set, like it's great. It's fantastic to have people dancing and moving, but being able to kind of build an entire night for people over the course of 4 hours through like dinner and drinks and vibes and maybe a little dancing, like those are fun to me. Like those are great, and you get to play. Or at least I get to play music that I really like.
Mhm.
That's like more melodic or vocal. And I'm glad that we have restaurants that are kind of embracing that concept around here over the last couple of years.
No, I totally agree because like sometimes an hour set is not enough.
Yeah.
So like having yeah, no, it's definitely not enough to like get my point across or build it up. So, I feel like those 2 hour long sets or even, like the 3 hour, 4 hour long sets that I do, I can actually like play all the stuff that I want to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was so this past weekend, 4th of July, you had the Azure uh, party, right? The
Yeah.
rooftop. Yeah. How was it?
Oh yeah, that was so much fun. So that place, you guys have to check it out if you haven't been there. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I did there was I planned like more of an electro type set. So like I brought in some of the songs that I made too. Like I had a song that just came out called Work, and that one came out on Trax Records. So that was the first song I
Yeah,
played.
congratulations, by the way. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a
thanks,
nice
dude.
collection building. Yeah, congrats.
I'm so hyped. Like, I was so excited when that one came out. And actually, so it came out on Friday, so last Friday, and then I was able to play it out like, live in front of everyone. But I made that song in November, by the way. Like I made that song so long ago, and then it got picked up in February from the label, and then
Yeah,
their release schedule wasn't until this Friday. So like, I've been sitting on that song for like a long time. So I was very excited to finally be able to have an audience to play it out to. And what is really cool about like the Azure Collective is that they really push, DJs to like buy tickets or sell their tickets, and in order to get an extra commission. So the way it works there is like you get your flat DJ fee, and then you also get a commission if you sell over like 20 or 30 tickets. You get a commission of however many tickets you sell. So that's really a cool incentive, and I've never had that type of an incentive from
yeah,
like anywhere, because it's like, all right, cool, like I'm hitting everyone I know, can you all come? Like I want to get my extra commission, because it's like I could get like, maybe $400 or $500 for a
yeah,
DJ set. Like what? For an hour? Like, that's a lot for 1 hour. So
yeah. It's nice to have the buy-in, right? Like, and instead of like, I mean, it's always, to me, it's always good to have a place to play, regardless of the financial incentives. I say that now, but like, it's also it's good to have like the buy-in and the incentive to build the party and promote it, and it's kind of all wrapped up in the like being a DJ these days, I guess, is part of the promotion. But it's good that they give you like real incentive, and it sounds like you did all right with it.
yeah, it was good. Yeah. I want to
Yeah.
go back there.
Yeah, because they have are they monthly there, or they have another party coming up, right?
So yeah, it's kind of random what they do. Because I didn't know that they were doing like a 4th of July thing. So they asked me to play that, which is really exciting. And then they're doing the Seattle Social Club every Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
It is,
every
it's not it's a Sunday one, that's right. Okay,
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
So I love, yeah, this time of year. I mean, again, the driving rain aside, but like the Sunday evening rooftop parties are, again, like they're growing. The lineups are getting like bigger and better, and Sunday Love at Flash has always kind of set the standard. But these other parties like Azure and Sunsets with Shook Ones, and like you're starting to see some names. You're like, damn, like this is gonna be a good party.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's how I feel too, because like sometimes I, want to do the day stuff. I don't want to be out till 3 o'clock
yeah, yeah.
or
Right.
at night, whatever, morning, whatever. I want to go home like at a good time, because I want to wake up and work on music the next day.
Yeah.
You know how it is. So it's like, when do you sleep?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, every 3 hours a night, and then every other Sunday. It seems like that's about it. But yeah, so you were talking about getting like, I want to get home and get and work on music. Are you working on like production most every day at this point?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I try to make an idea every day. So whether that is like like right now, I've been more in the habit of trying to use my own voice and sing my own songs, because before I
Yeah.
was using like I'm sure you've heard of Splice to get
Mhm.
vocals from. So right now I'm trying to like sing and or just like do one shots like let's go or party time, something wild
Yeah.
like that. And then I will, build out a whole idea, which is getting the drum group together, finding my kick, finding my bass line, and then finding the melody. And so I try to do that whole group at least one a day, and then try to build it out if I like it. So I'm trying to just get at least one idea down on my DAW and then go from there. And so now I have, a month's worth of like music that I'm like have ideas for. So I just started doing it like once a day
Yeah.
recently. Yeah. But other than that, I spent a lot of time learning how to produce music, and videos on YouTube help a lot. And then also I joined this Discord that helps me learn how to make music, and it's called Kick and Bass, and it's West End's
Oh,
Discord.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like owe all of my learning and all my credit to that Discord channel, because like I got 5 tracks signed to labels so far, and I've only been producing for like a year.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's so awesome, and it's like all because
Incredible.
of
I
like
know.
they're showing me the way, like they're teaching things so like the way that some of them teach are just like so night and day. It's just like wow, like I never knew that I needed this. And I think the Discord is definitely like helped me out so much. And there's also an option to like pay extra to do like a private one-on-one lesson with one of the coaches on there. So like that also helps too. And you can get feedback on your tracks before you like send it out to labels. And just like the development that they've given me is just, like priceless. Like I'm so happy.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I remember, I think September of last year, was that when your first one came out?
Yeah, so that one was called We're One, and the reason why I really wanted that one to come out, and that was a self-release, is because I wanted to enter the Discovery Project, like
Mhm.
for EDC Orlando. And I was like, oh my God, like they need a song, they need an unreleased song. Well, I didn't know it was it had to be unreleased, but I was like, oh my God, they need a song. So like I'm like rushing, and I like put this song out on Spotify and Apple Music, and then I read the terms again, and it says, oh, by the way, it needs to be unreleased. So then I
Yeah.
had to make a whole other song. And like I don't even know how to produce at this point. Like I'm like
Yeah.
learning. And so then the song that I really gave them was like actual and then the one I put out was I thought was pretty good. So yeah, it was wild. And then so after that, I like it was like night class. I felt like speed round. Like I gotta like learn how to do this so quick because I want to enter this contest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Um, yeah, it's an impressive pace. I'm sure it's only like accelerating, right? Like you've got so much already in progress and process that, um, yeah, I can imagine it's gonna be a busy 2025 putting this stuff out.
yeah. There's one more that's coming out in August on Gain Records, and so that one is more of like the electro techno side. So I'm really excited for that. And it's really important to like get in front of like the DAW, because you will make a bunch of stuff and it just doesn't sound like that good. But then you never know if a label may want it. And so like for example, um, the last song that just came out, Work, that was like an idea that I had because it was from I got inspiration from like the Lizzie McGuire movie. Do you remember that movie back in the day?
Sadly, I do not.
It's okay. It's okay. So that was like one of the movies that I watched like on Disney Channel when I was like younger.
Yeah.
And like, so one of the one of the girls is like, you better work, and like strutting down the runway with like her like new outfits, whatever. And so anyway, I got the inspiration for that song from that. And then I was like, oh my God, this sounds so bad, but like let me try to like, put it out there and see if like a label will pick it up. And then they did. So, and like the reason why it's important to keep doing that is because like you can then develop your sound of how you want things to go, and like what direction you want to go in.
Yeah.
So like that one is more of a tech house sound. But now I just said like, I made that song in November, but now I want to go the more like electro techno route. So, even though that song came out in November, or I made that song in November, it came out like, I don't know, 9 months later. It's more of like now my style has changed. So that's why I feel like it's important to just keep making music and see what,
Yeah.
gets taken.
So we talked about this a little bit in advance of the conversation today. Like are you playing more of your stuff
I mean, obviously at Kyojin, you've got a more of a lane to kind of stay in. But when you're playing at rooftop parties or elsewhere, like, are you getting more of your stuff out there into the?
Yeah. So I'm playing a lot more of my stuff, especially one of my sets. I played three of my songs, which is very exciting. Like this
Yeah,
last one I played on at Azure, I played three of my songs. So like that's a big accomplishment that like three of my songs are able to like morph into one set. Like
yeah,
I was over the moon the fact that the song came out and then I'm actually playing like the music that I'm making. Like it's just everything's happening so fast because I just started getting DJ gigs like a year ago, but I was messing around on the decks for like a long time. But I just started like accepting gigs last year. Last May was my first ever like DJ show to the public, and then now I'm making music. I'm putting it out there, and now I'm actually like making like a full DJ sets with my music. It's just wow, like how much can happen in over a year. And um I think that like the most important thing for me to do is make the music, and then the rest is going to come,
yeah,
I think I think that's just the one thing that I've heard from people in the Discord. And then also I follow James Hype a lot. He's like one of my heroes. I love him.
yeah,
He talks about how he would make like a bootleg remix and put it on SoundCloud once a week. And I'm nowhere near that. Like, I can't put out a song every week. I'm not there yet. But, like, he's doing that. He
yeah.
did the work to do that. And, that gives me inspiration that, like, he's put in the work. And I think that's just the most important thing is like making music and keep going. And even if it's not that great, like still put it out. Like, who cares? Like, the only thing that people can do is just hit skip. Like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're right. Exactly. This what's the worst that can happen, right? They just like move on to the next one. But like James Hype, you're spot on because the pace with which he's continued to put out remix. Maybe it's slowed down recently, but I still like going through like SoundCloud or Hype Edit or whatever. Like you still see his stuff in like the top 5, top 10. You're like, he's still doing this. Like he doesn't need to. You know what I mean? Doesn't need to, but he's I guess once you get going, you can't stop. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
know. His music is just, exactly. He's just the hard work shows,
yeah,
for him. So that's what I really envy most about him, and that's the path I want to follow too. Is like just trying to make a bunch of music and keep going, and even if it doesn't sound so great, just keep going and put it out. Who cares? Someone might like it.
yeah. I mean, I say this a lot. Like I don't produce my own music, so I can't relate on the like the production level. But at the same time, like that every artist that not every because there are exceptions, there are one hit wonders, right? But like so many artists are putting out music constantly that never makes it, so to speak. But when you like look into their origin story and you look, I mean, John Summit's a great example. James Hype is a great example, right? Like, um, yeah, there's countless examples of people where you're like look back at 10 years ago and like yeah, like it's funny you mentioned the West End. Like West End was like John Summit's like I don't know mentor, but like one of the guys that he reached out to early on to say like, hey man, can you listen to my tracks? And now like John Summit is like to the moon and back. And
Yeah.
but West End is still doing his thing in terms of like his own production. He's helping other producers, helping other artists, and that's incredible that he's like you know still cranking, like even though he's you know been a part of the success of a guy like John Summit. Just says a
Mhm.
lot about his passion for the music, I guess.
Yeah, the stuff that West End is doing is just phenomenal. Like the Discord server is amazing. He has like 5 or 6 or 7 coaches in there that really know their stuff, and of course him too. And the way that he like plans it out is like you kind of have to like watch the tutorials and learn how to produce things, but then you can get feedback from the coaches as well. And then one day I looked in there and there's like 700 people in there.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
this man's making some money too. Like, I pay like $40 a month, man. And then that's for like the bottom level. Then there's like the like higher levels too. This guy's raking it in, man.
Right, I'm talking about passion, and you're like, man, that guy's getting rich. He's
Yeah,
making money.
he's getting rich off of helping people, which is
Yeah.
amazing. That's like
Yeah,
good.
I mean, look, yeah, you find the opportunity and do it, and I mean, clearly it's having an impact, right? Like, yeah, a lot of the stuff we do comes at a cost, but at the end of the day, if we're headed in a direction we want to go and we're like doing what we love to do, then yeah, like I think we're all willing to pay a price monetarily, like in terms of like lifestyle and all that stuff. So, good for him, but also like good on you for like having the fortitude and just the drive to keep going with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. So when you're are you thinking about your tracks in terms of like your set list or your however you plan out your sets or your nights? Are you thinking of them as kind of strung together, or do you have other tracks or other sounds from other artists that you're like, oh, mine's going to sound good with this one?
Oh, yeah. So, recently I've been like planning my sets start to finish. So, for example, I will like know when I'm going to transition out.
Yeah.
But like there was a point in time where I was doing that. Like when I first started DJing, like I need to really do that and buckle down and know when I'm going to transition out. And then, I started producing like August, September. And that's when like, I would say I wasn't planning my DJ sets out as much. And then I realized, oh my God, I suck at DJing. Like I need to make sure that I like prep my sets, because like, what are we doing here? Like, this sounds like ass. Like, why am I transitioning suck? Like I need to like prepare more. So now I make sure that like I'm preparing my sets, and that takes so long. I know, do you prep any of your sets?
I do some. I try to bring. I don't do like a beginning to end preparation. I like to leave room for my own interpretation of the evening or the day or whatever it is I'm playing. But I generally will put for an hour. I'll put maybe like 50 to 60 ish into a crate, and then have like my other stuff like on the stick. But like I'll try to put like 50 or 60 in and get maybe half of those out in a 2-3 hour set, whatever it is. But no, I'm trying to find the right like gig, the right set to do that, to plan one out like 1 to 20 or 1 to 25. But I just get so like ADHD. I'll get 8 tracks deep and be like, I want to do something else now, like.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean that's how I get too sometimes, because especially when I'm at Kyojin, I don't plan anything out. Like I'm just like going off the rip. And then I also DJ on TikTok live like every day. So I'm like doing a live stream every day. And there I definitely don't plan anything out. So that's like when I'm trying to see which transitions work together, and then come back at the end and kind of see how to plan everything out. Because for me, I hate it when vocals overlap.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, like I cringe. So like if that ever happens to me, obviously I could like loop it out or whatever, but like I want to make sure that that's not happening at all costs. So that's why like I plan out a little bit, like just making sure I know when the vocals are going to cut out of each song.
Like one reason why I'm insistent on trying more kind of planned sets is to get some of the like vocals overlapping, or just some whatever the kind of hang-ups are, like try to work those out of my sets in general. But yeah, that's definitely one that still trips me up once in a while.
Yeah.
And I get out of it as quickly as I can, but like
I know what you mean. Like, abort, run.
Yeah, let's go. But I think I've found that like in the last few months or so, like for an hour set, I'm starting to think that it helps me. It will help me to plan them out better, because an hour, like we talked about earlier, just it's not much time. But if I've got like 3 to 4 hours, I'm not planning much, like not
Agreed.
at all. An hour maybe, but and I did this YouTube set a couple weeks ago with Pete Holden, and it was a 2 hour set. It was probably only like 25 or 26 tracks, right? So it was a lot of like longer transitions. This is more melodic stuff I like to play, but it actually, it's very rare that I get to the end of a set and I'm like, it felt pretty good,
Yeah.
and it's so like, I feel like those longer sets leave room for more interpretation, and the shorter ones an hour or so, like, yeah, maybe it's time to start playing them out a little more.
Yeah. Wait, so with the one that you said that you just made, did you didn't plan that at all? Plan it out at all?
No, I approach it like I do most. I'll typically either download or buy or whatever 8 to 10 new tracks every time I am playing a set. I'm not going
You
to
do
play
that
it.
every weekend, so you're doing that every week.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
love playing music I've never heard in sets, and it's not. Sometimes it shows, but I will. I'll get 8 to 10, but I might play in an hour. Probably play 3 or 4 of them just to try them out, because I haven't set up the cue points. I'll usually just like drag them in.
Mhm.
But that night in particular was like the first track I led with was like a high energy indie dance track, and I was like, I probably wouldn't start a night like this at a club. It feels really good right now, so I'm just gonna let this one determine like where I go next, and it worked out. Pete was happy with it. We've had good like views on YouTube, and it's his channel, it's his YouTube channel. So if he's happy, I'm happy.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you're on YouTube, right? You said every.
Yeah, so every day I'm on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, and
Okay.
so I'm on there live. So like you can watch the live archives on YouTube too. So it stores, the live stream that I do. But my audience is primarily on TikTok, and then
Yeah.
secondly YouTube, and then thirdly Twitch. Twitch is like kind of the afterthought when I thought that TikTok was going to go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I've grown this following on TikTok. Hey guys, go follow me on Twitch and YouTube. And a lot of people did, because like that one day TikTok went away. Like I had like, I don't know, like 40 people still on YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah.
And it was cool. And then now it's like Twitch is more of like an afterthought. And then I have no idea what's happening with TikTok. Like they are saying that it's going to go away soon. Like I just keep getting all this weird information about it, and I just love TikTok so much because like it's just the way that the algorithm works. Like I'm a fan of the algorithm that they have, which is pushing my content out to strangers. And so like TikTok is great for music discovery, or if you're a DJ and you're just someone scrolling and then they find you, it's like very quick. But
Yeah.
but for Instagram, it's more of like people that and that's how I view the different platforms too. YouTube as well. There's like no algorithm anywhere besides the one on TikTok. So like that's why I grew a following on TikTok so quickly, because I now have like 13,000 followers on there, but on Instagram I have like 4,000 followers on there. So the best way to get music out and is definitely through TikTok, because it just pushes your music out to people that don't know you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you kind of took the question right off the mic from me. I was going to ask you about your experience with the different platforms, and so having basically answered the question, like, do you interact with your followers in each of the platforms differently, or about the same, or not at all? Like,
so I try to like interact more with the regulars that come. So on TikTok, you can subscribe and then people pay. And I do like subscriber only lives where like we're making a song together, or like we're literally planning out a DJ set together. Like I've gone on subscriber only lives where they can like come in, like give me feedback on like stuff to download, like what song should I download today, So I definitely prioritize TikTok more than Instagram right now, because my following is on there and people are, paying for me, like, and so like on Instagram, it's more of like sitting at a cafeteria in high school, and like I feel like it's a little judgy. And then like on TikTok I can be myself. Like I can literally like do a video with no makeup on, and like it still gets like 1,000 views. And on Instagram I gotta do my hair, I gotta like make sure the lighting's right, and like dang, like it only got 40 likes. Like what is going on? Like
Yeah.
I don't like Instagram because I feel like I have to present myself in a way that's so unauthentic. But TikTok is so cool because I can just
Yeah.
share my music, share my ideas. And like what I do too is like I have song ideas. Like I said, every day I've been making like an idea. And so like I'll put an idea on TikTok, like, hey guys, what do you think of this? Should I finish this? And some people are like, oh, okay, I like that song, and just the audience and the genuine feedback is a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not on TikTok for a number of reasons, but I Instagram is very much like, even if if I'm like on a, like I find content from other producers or promoters that like I'm not in that social circle. I sometimes feel weird even commenting because I'm like, I want to be like, this is really good. But then you look at it and you're like, oh, it's the same 12 commenters on every post. Like I get help out your people, but it almost feels weird. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
want to be like, man, this is really great. And I can feel the Instagram being like, who are you and what are you doing in our content? Like nothing. I just want
Yeah,
to say good
exactly.
job.
I just want to say, like, good. Like, I'm trying to be homies. I'm trying to be friends with you. And now it's like,
Yeah.
should I comment on your stuff? And are you going to accept me? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I feel like people have to just put up a front on social media sometimes.
Yeah.
And I, I don't know. I think back to the James Hype thing, like, I love James Hype so much, but like he pushes the social media thing so hard. Like he will, post every day, like every single day. And then like sometimes he will post things that are like, what? And then did you hear about Project Low? Did you hear about what happened to him at Project Low?
I did, and we talked about this briefly on a previous episode.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
curious. I'm curious your impressions of the James Hype.
I thought it was a total publicity stunt for content. Like I'm not lying. Like I think that he needed some content for Instagram. And how is he not going to have the CDJ 2000s? Like, what do you like? Your James Hype. And then
Yeah.
he's like, he goes on because I was there when that happened, and he goes, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. And it's like, dude, like, you probably have them. You probably know. You probably have them somewhere, like with you. I'm not saying that, but like, come on, man. Like, you're
So
sunset set, and you don't have your right equipment. Like, what?
to be totally fair, and there is proof of this on YouTube. I said almost the exact same thing when I was like, because Ryan was there. Ryan was at Project Glow, and we were just talking about some of the like the headliners that he saw, and he was talking about James Hype set. And I was not there, but I'd seen it on social media the day of or night of or whatever. And I was like, man, this has like it had like a pro wrestling feel to it.
Yes,
Like, very
yes.
much like, oh, here comes James Hype. And it was like, really, dude? Like everybody knows you don't play on 3000s. This can't be real, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think that was for content, that was for Instagram, that was to get people riled up and in the comments. And like he does such a good job at social media, and that's what he
Yeah.
wanted. He wanted people to comment on his post, whether it be good or bad. And I even watched this podcast about him, with him having beef with Dead Mouse. Like, who knows, what if they even have beef, but he just started that back and forth on social media because he wants everyone to get aroused and have attention on him because that makes him look better, and it helps the algorithm, helps anytime someone comments, shares, likes, or commenting is like the most important thing, sharing too. The more you can get people riled up and have an opinion about something on social media, it just opens up the floodgates.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, those two, I mean, they've had like, Not, I don't know if it has the same like staged feel to it necessarily, but my impressions are there's a lot of eye rolling going on. Be like, come on, guys, like this is dumb. Like it's not like I get what you're trying to do, but it's just kind of like I don't know. I'm over it. I was over it after I guess what Ultra. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old to appreciate it. But I was like, can we just get back to the music, please?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It feels like it's like wrestling. It feels like it's a little bit of like I got to prove myself to someone that I don't even know. You know,
Yeah.
That's how I feel about social media a lot, and um, it's just hard because there's just so much content out there, especially like with like AI coming about. You know, I'll be scrolling through TikTok or whatever, or not TikTok, Instagram, and I'll see like it's like a cat DJing or something like
Yeah.
that, AI generated, and I'm like, the cat is going to take over my job, you know?
Yeah. There's we'll find a way. We'll just continue to get better. We'll be fine. We'll be
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. Um, what else do you have anything going on outside of DC in terms of performance this year?
Let's see. So, no, not in terms of performances, but the next event that I'm playing is Splashy. That's an event at a rooftop pool in DC, so I'm really excited for that. That's on July 27th. So I'm really hyped for that. And then I play at Kyojin and Ship Garden again too. But yeah, no, I mean things are going really good. I just love DJing so much, and um, especially like DJing live on TikTok and YouTube. It's just so
Yeah.
fun. It's just so fun to interact with people that like the same kind of music and keep coming back. So
Yeah. I mean, your stage presence live and your like command. I've seen a few of your live stream stuff, and like you have such a like contagious like stage presence. Like you get the crowd going, like they're totally into it. The music matches the vibe, the mood matches the energy, and then like your YouTube has like like the same it's almost like it has the same energy, but also like a like how do I say this? I'm trying to think how to say it because you're clearly like trying stuff out. Like you talked about, like you said a minute ago, like your stage sets are like more like scripted out and planned, but your live stuff is like I'm going to try something different, and it's but at the same time there's this thread of like the Regina energy that's in both. It's in both places. It's incredible how you pull it off. Because me, I'm just like head down, let's play music, you know, like I don't know.
thanks, Tommy. Yeah, so I think like DJing out live, I definitely like want to make sure that I'm getting the crowd hype. Like
Yeah.
I need to jump around. Like one time I wore platform heeled boots. I'll never do that again. Because I want to jump. Like I want to go and get everyone hype. I wish everyone could be jumping up and down like how like 2012, you know, seeing like Dada Life for the first time. You know, everybody was
Yeah.
like jumping up and down, and I want to get back to that place where we can all just like rave and rage. But these days nobody's dancing anymore, so like it's kind of awkward. And like like DJing live, it's really hard because I don't see anybody. It's just me and then people post in the chat.
Yeah.
But so I'm like trying to feel the vibe, and then I get in my head and I'm like, am I doing this right? Like am I vibing with people? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I agree, right? I see the same things whether I'm behind the decks or in the crowd or at the bar or whatever. Like similar observations. At the same time, like there are certainly places out there, right? Well, and there's probably there's some in DC, and there's some, you know, in the US and internationally, especially, that like really are more kind of, you know, dance oriented, and not that I might be in the minority. I don't really care about like phones and stuff. I don't really care about its phones on the dance floor. To me, it's not a big deal. Like I honestly don't care. But at the same time, like I know there are people who are like, put the damn thing away so we can just dance. And I understand that. And I understand the desire as a performer to like have a room that is like, I just want to see these people moving to what I'm doing and matching my energy. And sometimes that's hard because of the social media, the content. And a lot of times like I'm sure you've been at events like this where a high percentage of the people in your crowd are also DJs and they're trying to get some content too. Right.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah. So yeah, the balance is definitely weird when you go into like a bar and you see people on their phones and like they're not dancing. It's like, how can I get them to dance? And like, are they even vibing with what I'm playing? It makes me feel weird. It makes me feel like in my head, because when people aren't dancing, it makes me feel like I'm not doing my job right, you know? And it's not me. Sometimes it is like what you said. It's people are on their phones and, you know, they're just doing their own thing. They're not really there for the music. Sometimes they're there for like, oh, my friends just want to go here, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just hanging out with my friends. I don't really, the music is not that big of a deal to me. Some people think that way. And I'm gonna tell you what, in Ibiza, it's not like that. Like, have you been out there? Have you been to Ibiza?
Not yet. I wanted to go this year. I don't think I'm going to make it in time. I'm going to Barcelona in October, but I don't think I think Ibiza will be closed either the week before or 2 weeks before. So not yet.
Oh man, well, it's a different experience there. Like people are dancing,
Yeah.
people are getting it. I mean, yeah, there's people on their phones and stuff, but taking the videos. But at the end of the day, people are still dancing and vibing. It's just not like how it is here. I feel like
Are you going back this year?
I'm going to Barcelona next week. Yeah.
Oh,
But
nice. You're going next week. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember that. You said you're going out of the country. Nice.
yeah, but I'm not Ibiza. I'm going to Mallorca, but Ibiza is really fun, and I feel like everyone that blows up just goes there. You know, they
Yeah.
have a residency there, like James Hype. You know.
You're on your way. I've got a, yeah, there, yeah. I've got. It's funny you said Mallorca. I've got a friend. So pre-pandemic, I worked for a like music travel company. I have a friend who has a place on, I guess Mallorca, and he and I are gonna catch up this fall. Finally, I haven't seen him since right before the pandemic. So hang out in Barcelona and then Mallorca, and not Ibiza, not yet, but one of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting that you're going to Mallorca too.
Yeah, I'm going to the Jackie's Barcelona party, which is like disco funky Jack and House. That label, that party has been, honestly, it's been on my mind because my wife's name is Jackie. I play some Fridays and Sundays at this restaurant in DC called Jackie.
Oh
And
yeah.
this thing has shown up on my social, and then I like their music's great. It's like it's like the Jack and House funky house, and it's outdoor in Barcelona, and I'm like, I'm taking a week, baby. I'm going. Like, you want to come? You can. But like, yeah. So I'm like, I'm excited. I haven't been, like I said, I've been overseas in 5 years, and I'm just like I was sitting in the office one night, and I just like, I'm buying my ticket. I'm going. So
yeah, itching to go. Are you playing out there too?
I'm gonna see if not probably not in Barcelona. I'm gonna see if the guy I'm going to see can get us in there somewhere. He's he runs like a music tour company, so we've he knows what we're trying to do, and I'm sure it's pretty competitive with people coming over to play. But I would love to just any random bar and be like, DJ in Mallorca or DJ in Barcelona, right?
Do it 100%. You got to do it.
So when you are you going to, is there music and events and performance involved when you're going over to America next week?
So I've been looking up stuff, but I haven't really found much. I'm just going with my friend's family trip and my other best friend. So it's just going to be like more of a relaxing thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. When I go on vacations, I normally bring my little DDJ 400 and I'll still do live streams there. But like this one, I don't think I'm going to do that. I kind of just want to take a break from like even producing. Like I just need a mental break because I just have like I've honestly have been doing nothing but like producing at night. Like I will just
Yeah.
kind of go to work, and then I would come back, and like I would just work on music all night, and I'm just feeling a little bit of like burnt out a little and tired, and um I think I need like a mental break from looking at the computer.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that. I mean, I even like day to day, week to week, vacation to vacation, like I'll be like, oh man, like where can I go? Where can I find music? Where can I go? Do I know somebody there I can DJ? It's like just taking a break and not hearing it for a little while is its own form of therapy, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
because like last year I did the same trip with my best friends, and um I like honestly hit up like all these places in Greece to try to DJ at like on the islands, and I was like, "Oh, what if I can get into like this club? Like let me just email them, blah blah blah. I'll be there." And then I'm like, "Wait a minute, like how that's gonna be so stressful." Like,
yeah,
and then I can't get people to come. I don't know anyone there.
yeah,
So how's that gonna work? It's gonna be me and my two best friends on the dance floor. Like that's it. So I don't know. I wanna definitely like save that for when I have the audience, and I
yeah,
make it musically. But right now it's like, gotta focus on making the music. And yeah, I definitely want to take a break from producing, DJing, and just try not to think about it, because I think the burnout feeling is really real. Everyone take care of themselves, because
yeah,
it's just when you get into like making the music, you get so exciting, and you get so high when you get like a record label signing your track, but then it's like you're fighting again for that feeling again, but you're constantly fighting, and you're getting told no a lot. And that's what, you have to kind of build up the tolerance to understand that you're going to be told no a lot. But then when you finally get told yes, it's like, oh my gosh, yes, we can keep doing this. I can keep doing it. But it feels like gambling, because I'm just like throwing stuff, constantly at like labels, or like I'm constantly making stuff, and it just gets a little bit exhausting, because it's hard to keep up with like all the new music that I'm making, and then where is it going, and is it going to get picked up? And then um rejection is like a really big thing that I'm facing with like sending it out, and sending out my tracks. And I mean, it's okay, I understand, like I've only been producing for a year, I mean, who cares? But like it does, I get emotional about it sometimes, because like I work so hard on these tracks, and like if I find a good one, I'm working on it for like at least a week or two, and then that's a like week of my nights all gone, like
yeah. I mean, yeah, I can. My perspective as someone who doesn't produce, right, is that you still have it, right, and you can still play it. And now all that you said about the like, okay, I have this track, and this track was rejected, and I'm sure there's a feeling to be like, fuck it, I'm getting rid of it. But also like, it's still yours. It lives, right? It's not like it has to go away. I
that's
don't know. Maybe
true.
it doesn't. I don't know if that's landing, but like I just feel like it's one of the great things about music is that once it's out there, it's out there, and it can't be taken from you, right? Like it's yours, you
Yeah.
know.
No, that's right. That's right. And someone else, I just followed this guy on Instagram, and he is feeling how I feel, right? Like sending it to labels, and then being like upset when things are not done the right way for the labels, or like the vocal's not right for the label, whatever. But then he was like, you know what, I'm starting my own like record label. So,
Yeah,
this guy just out of nowhere yesterday, I find like this record label just pop up. And a lot of people are doing that these days, because they think that, their music is like, really good, and they want to put it out, and, they want to be a part of something, right? Like they
yeah,
want to make sure that they have like their label ready to go. And that's really huge, and a big accomplishment too. And there's going to be way more of that. I predict, like everyone, is going to, a lot more people are going to be starting their own labels, I think.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, for all the reasons you just allude to, it makes sense, right? Like there's at a certain point, like, you hear stories of people who produce a handful of tracks and send 200-300 emails, and they get, not only do they not like get like signed, they get the rejection, or they just get ignored. Right. It's like, there's got to be a better way. And the fact that people are saying like, oh, the better way is just to kind of do this on our own. It makes sense, right? There's just such a volume of music out there that it makes sense. And like, again, like John Summit, Ranger Trucco, just think of others who have just gone on and just like started their labels and have their events, and
West End.
are bringing West End, and are bringing other artists along with them. Like, you're saying, how it kind of just, it builds on itself. And I mean, I like your music. Keep going. It's good stuff.
Please tell me.
Yeah.
Let's
And I
go.
would think like at this time of the year too, like, so producing music, it's out there. You're getting you got something signed, and then you get something that's like getting rejected. And it's summertime. There's a million things happening. Like, everybody's front and center, like happy and smiling and high energy. And it's like, I need a break. I get it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. It's just like, I just have been doing this like it feels like every night for like, since I started. I just have been on the laptop, and
Yeah.
I also think about the future. um how far do I want to take this? And then I look at other artists, like, for example, like Odd Mob. I see him a lot, and on Instagram, and this man is with his laptop, like ball and chain. He's where he wants to be, but
Yeah.
he's still making music. Like, that's the bottom line, is like, he's still, and even James Hype too, like, they are making music constantly. And like, that's the life that I know that I have to sign up for if I want to take this as far as it goes. And so, but it's good to take a break every now and again.
Yeah. I mean, well, you certainly have made, an impression on a lot of other producers, other performers, and of course the people who follow your music, who aren't producing or performing. And it's I know it's happened quickly, but like, we've had you on a couple of our lineups. We're grateful to have had you, and hopefully we'll get to have you on our lineup again someday.
100%. Let's go. When's the next Halloween party?
I know, it's funny. I was just thinking about, I was like, man, what if the Halloween party and like Day of the Dead party was just our thing, right? Like, what do we just do that? Like, we become like the Halloween. So, but Halloween's on the weekend this year, so maybe we'll see.
Yeah, let's do it.
That was a fun one. But anyways, we got a couple of things coming up. RPG this weekend. This will go out, I think, I'm looking at my calendar, the 21st or 22nd, maybe. No, this one's going to go out on the 15th. Sorry, I'm trying to like all these podcasts. But we have one this weekend. That's our 1-year anniversary. So RPG is a year old.
Let's go. That's exciting. Let me tell you. Yeah, let me tell you what, like, the production that you put together is insane. Like, when I showed up to the Halloween party and my name was like already up and ready to go, like, I was like, wow, they know what they're doing. And just like the way that the lights were all set up, and I've never seen my name that big on a stage before. So thank you. Like, that was incredible.
Of course, we had a lot of fun with that one. We were there all day. Carlos and Ryan and I were there all day for that one, and all night. And at the end of the night, it was also daylight savings time that night too, if you remember this. And so, like, the clock, we got an extra hour, right? So the clock fell back, and then we had a DJ on who was like on until 2, and then it went back to 1, and then he was on until 2. So we were there for a long time that day.
Yeah.
Proceeded to like tear everything down. And the life of like the promoter, organizer, DJ, all that stuff, it doesn't take care of itself. But that was a fun one. So we'll find a way to do it again. Well, we're right at an hour, and I'll spare you from the burnout of podcasting, and Yeah, no, I'm really grateful that you're willing to do this and talk with me. And sucks that Ryan wasn't here, but really enjoyed just catching up and hearing what you're up to. And yeah, thank you. Thanks so much.
No, Tommy, thank you for having me. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for doing this. This was my first ever podcast, so I'm so hyped. And thank you for everything that you've done for me, too. Thank you for putting me on. And I can't wait to do DJ with you next.
Of course, it's going to be fun. First of many podcasts, I'm sure. I also hold a mic because it makes my voice easier to moderate. So, yeah, I get kind of loud sometimes, like just in my like, like, so it's nice to be able to like compress my own voice.